You're looking at Homestead Village on Pine Forest Road, 12 cottages and 23 independent apartments. Homestead Village is licensed as a not-for-profit assisted living facility, but there's more to it than just a name. This is where people, residents, some of whom require no assistance, live in a secure environment and warm atmosphere. Others, unfortunately, do need help, and that's why the cottages are separate and offer different levels of care. Homestead Village was an innovative project when it opened in 1991, and its growth from one building to all of this is its own visible success story. Ann Brown is general manager of the homestead, has been with the development since 1992, and it's amazing, this growth. You have seen so many changes in the homestead.
Well, we have. It's been quite a ride, and we really have loved every minute of it.
When you first came to work here in '92, did you have any idea that the homestead would become the success story it has and grow to this size?
Well, no, of course not.
Did you envision it?
No, actually, basically what we've done is answer the needs of the community.
All right, what are those needs, Ann?
Well, when we started as a basic assisted living facility, and we were offering the standard assisted living services, but then we realized that there was such a need in the community for dementia care. And so we began doing the dementia care, and that has blossomed from one building of 15 residents to now we have almost 90 Alzheimer's or dementia patients here.
What is assisted living? What kind of license does that allow you to do for? That you can't end a sentence in a preposition. What does it allow you to do?
A standard assisted living allows you to assist with bathing, dressing, and meals, housekeeping, transportation, just the basic needs that an elderly person might have. But we also have the extended care license, and we were the first community, assisted living community in the state of Florida to get the extended care license.
What does that allow you to do?
That allows us to do, it really broadens our scope of services and acuity levels.
All right, if someone is in here and they worsen and they get to a very unfortunate stage level of care, do they have to move out and go to another facility, or can they stay here?
Our aim is to keep everyone here. This is their home, and we do everything we can to make it possible for them to stay here and not have to move. And mostly we do that through the hospice care intervention, and we work very closely with the hospice facilities in Pensacola, Covenant, Emerald Coast, and this allows our residents to age in place and to stay in their home as long as they need to.
Now you have doctors that come here?
Yes, we have a geriatrician, we have a nurse practitioner, Dr. Hackle, Andrea Hackle, who is absolutely wonderful, and then we have a nurse practitioner, Debbie Morgan, that is here also. We also have other nurse practitioners and doctors that come out and see their patients occasionally.
When a family comes out here for the first time, supposedly just to get information or take a look, how difficult is it for you to make them recognize the necessity of moving someone in here? And are they ready to do it? That's a tough call.
It's a tough decision for everyone, but the truth of the matter is by the time we usually see people, they are exhausted and they know something has to be done, particularly with our dementia patients, because that is a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job. And many times the spouse, the elderly spouse, is the one who's taking care of them. And the family ends up with 2 patients instead of just 1 patient.
All right, if the spouse is taking care and the dementia patient comes in here and the spouse wants to be with that person, can they live separately in an independent building and then come over every day and be part of it?
They can do whatever they want to. If they want to live right with the person, we can make those arrangements. If they want to live in one of our other units, they can also do that and see them, eat with them every day, spend as much time with them as they want to, come and get them anytime they want to. It's their home, and we want them to feel that they can come and go as they want to.
We mentioned the 12 cottages. Each one is separate, so levels of care are not mixed in.
No, we don't have our dementia patients mixed with our basic assistance patients or our independent residents. We realize and recognize that everyone does better when they're sharing their spaces with people that have the same type of needs that they do.
How many residents per cottage?
There are between 14 to 16 residents in private rooms in our cottages.
And then there's one commons area with the dining room or a living room area.
Each cottage has its own commons area, its own dining room, its own kitchen. It's a complete little community within our community.
Do you have room to enlarge?
We also do have, we have purchased more land
really?
adjacent to our property, yes. But we're kind of waiting on the economy to go forward with that.
Well, if you have any more questions, and of course this is just scratching the surface, what you have to do is come out here to Homestead Village and talk with Ann Brown. She will answer all of your questions as she did mine.
I'll be happy to.
Unfortunately, as we get older, we sometimes have a tendency to ignore the important plans that are necessary for aging. But right now we have someone who can help us. Suzanne Wibbs, who is an expert, a specialist in estate planning and elder law. Suzanne, what is the most important thing that we forget to do that is necessary?
What most people forget to do is make sure that their estate plan is in order.
Like what? What is an estate plan?
Well, that includes a last will and testament, which disposes of your assets when you pass away. But there are more important documents come into play during your lifetime, such as a durable power of attorney, health care directive, and a living will.
All right, some people think they have a power of attorney, but they don't know the difference between durable and general power of attorney. Is there a big difference, and how important is that?
There's a big difference between a general power of attorney and a durable power of attorney. Power of attorneys grant authority to another person to be able to handle someone else's affairs. The difference between a durable power of attorney and just a general power of attorney is that durable power of attorney is going to survive if someone becomes incompetent or incapacitated. Meaning, if you just have a general power of attorney and the person becomes incapacitated or incompetent for any reason, it's no longer valid.
Can you change the person you choose to do this?
Yes, absolutely. Power of attorneys and durable power of attorneys are revocable, meaning you can make changes at any time.
Now, there are a lot of things on the internet today, and they say you can do this on the internet. Is it better to do this with a lawyer in person, or can it be done on the internet?
Absolutely. You can get the information on the internet. There's absolutely some good websites, especially the state of Florida has some good websites and information for people to understand what all these terms mean. But it is my opinion that you need an attorney to meet with you and to draft these documents carefully so that they uphold in the court of law and follow Florida statutes. When
you're talking with people, do you find that it is difficult for them to understand the necessity of this?
If I can get them into my office, you know, they tend to understand, you know, how important it is to have these documents in place. You know, what we need to do is spread the word in the community for people who may not have access to an attorney so that they understand how important it is to have these documents in place.
What about expense? Is it expensive?
It is not expensive. Usually to have these documents drawn up, it's very reasonable compared to the cost if you don't have these documents in place.
All right, we hear a lot about health surrogates. What is that?
A health surrogate is it's a legal document in which you can appoint a person as your health care surrogate. That person is able to make health care decisions for you in the event that you become incapacitated or incompetent.
All right, and you also mentioned living will. Now, what is that?
Okay, a living will is a separate legal document in which you can state your preferences or what treatment you want to receive if you have an end-stage condition, a terminal illness, or you're in a persistent vegetative state.
All right, there's sometimes people wait too long and there are mental deterioration. Is it too late to do it when that begins?